In this exploration, we focus on the highest auction prices achieved by artworks from each century, uncovering which artists, from the 14th century to the present, have reached the pinnacle of market value for their masterpieces. Art reflects the evolution of society, with each century showcasing influential creators whose works resonate with collectors. We aim to identify the most valuable pieces that have emerged throughout history, illustrating the dynamic relationship between art and its worth in the auction market. 14th century. Wang Meng, moving to Sichuan, circa 1350 to 70, sold for $62.1 million in June 2011. Wang Meng's Moving to Sichuan is a stunning example of Chinese landscape painting from the Yuan dynasty. The artwork features a serene, mountainous landscape adorned with lush, rolling hills, towering trees, and tranquil waters. The composition is intricate, showcasing Wang Meng's masterful brushwork and his ability to create depth and perspective. In the foreground, figures can be seen traversing a winding path, which suggests a journey through this picturesque environment. The painting captures the harmony between nature and human activity, reflecting Taoist principles of balance and unity with the natural world. Wang Meng employs a rich color palette, with shades of green and blue dominating the scene, complemented by soft earth tones. His use of light and shadow adds a sense of dimensionality, drawing the viewer into the idyllic setting. Overall, Moving to Sichuan exemplifies the elegance and sophistication of Yuan dynasty painting, making it a significant work in Chinese art history. 15th century. Leonardo da Vinci attributed Salvator Mundi, circa 1500, sold for $450.3 million in November 2017. Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi is a captivating portrayal of Christ as the Savior of the world. The painting depicts Jesus Christ in a Renaissance style, with his right hand raised in a gesture of blessing while holding a crystal orb in his left hand, symbolizing the cosmos and his authority over the world. The figure is set against a dark, subtly detailed background that enhances the luminosity of Christ's face and robes. Leonardo's masterful use of chiaroscuro creates depth and three-dimensionality, drawing attention to the serene yet commanding expression of Christ. His hair is rendered with delicate, flowing brushstrokes, while his garments exhibit intricate folds, showcasing Da Vinci's exceptional skill in capturing texture and light. Salvator Mundi is notable not only for its artistic qualities, but also for its complex history, having undergone restoration and debate over its attribution. It has become one of the most famous paintings in the world, particularly after its record-breaking sale at auction, further solidifying its significance in art history. 16th century. Tizian, Diana and Ecteon, circa 1556 to 59, sold for $71.3 million in February 2009. Tizian's Diana and Actaeon depicts a moment from Ovid's Metamorphosis, showcasing the tragic encounter between the goddess and the hunter Actaeon. In this stunning composition, Diana, the goddess of the hunt, is portrayed in a lush forest, caught in a moment of surprise as she bathes with her nymphs. Actaeon, inadvertently stumbling upon the scene, is depicted in the background, his expression a mix of awe and dread. The painting beautifully captures the tension between innocence and consequence as Actaeon's gaze disrupts the tranquility of Diana's sacred space. Tizian's masterful use of color and light enhances the emotional depth of the scene, with rich greens and earthy tones setting a serene yet dramatic atmosphere. The figures are rendered with exquisite detail, from the soft textures of the nymph's skin to the shimmering water of the pool. This work exemplifies the Venetian Renaissance emphasis on sensuality and the human form, making Diana and Actaeon a quintessential piece of art history. 17th century. Rubens, The Massacre of the Innocents, circa 1609-11, sold for $76.7 million in July 2002. Rubens' The Massacre of the Innocents is a powerful Baroque painting that depicts the harrowing biblical event ordered by King Herod, in which he decrees the execution of all male infants in Bethlehem in an attempt to eliminate the prophesied Messiah. In this dramatic composition, Rubens captures the chaos and horror of the scene with intense movement and emotion. The painting showcases frantic mothers desperately trying to protect their children, while soldiers ruthlessly carry out Herod's orders. The figures are rendered with dynamic poses, creating a sense of urgency and despair. Rubens' masterful use of light and shadow enhances the emotional impact, illuminating the innocent faces of the children and the anguish of their mothers against a dark and foreboding background. The artist's characteristic rich color palette and fluid brushwork draw the viewer into the tragedy, making it not just a depiction of violence, but also a poignant commentary on the loss of innocence. The painting's historical significance is underscored by its powerful emotional resonance, exemplifying the themes of suffering and sacrifice that permeate Rubens' work. 19th century. Van Gogh. Portrait of Dr. Gachet, 1890, sold for $82.5 million in May 1990. Vincent van Gogh's Portrait of Dr. Gachet is an iconic painting that captures the Dutch artist's emotional and psychological turmoil during his final months. Depicting Dr. Paul Gachet, the physician who cared for Van Gogh in his later years, the portrait is imbued with deep sensitivity and personal significance. In this expressive work, Van Gogh portrays Dr. Gachet seated at a table, gazing contemplatively at the viewer. The doctor's distinctive features, his pale complexion and melancholic expression, reflect both his compassionate nature and the artist's own struggles with mental health. Van Gogh's use of vibrant colors and bold brushstrokes creates a dynamic interplay of light and shadow, adding depth to the figure and emphasizing the emotional intensity of the moment. The background, with its swirling greens and blues, further enhances the atmosphere of introspection and unease, characteristic of Van Gogh's later works. The painting not only showcases Van Gogh's innovative technique, but also serves as a poignant commentary on the relationship between the artist and his physician. 20th century. Picasso. Les Femmes d'Alger, version O, 1955, sold for $179.4 million in May 2015. Pablo Picasso's Les Femmes d'Alger, version O, is a remarkable work that showcases the artist's mastery of form and color, reflecting his innovative style during the later years of his career. Inspired by Eugène Delacroix's painting Women of Algiers in Their Apartment, circa 1834, Picasso created a series of variations, with version O being the most celebrated. In this painting, Picasso employs a vibrant palette of reds, yellows, blues, and greens to depict a group of women in a richly decorated interior. The composition features fragmented forms and overlapping planes, a hallmark of Picasso's Cubist style, which challenges traditional representation and invites viewers to explore the relationships between the figures and their surroundings. The women, depicted in various poses and expressions, exude a sense of intimacy and camaraderie, while the background is adorned with bold patterns and abstract shapes that evoke a sense of cultural richness. The painting captures the essence of female beauty and strength, infused with a playful energy that reflects Picasso's dynamic artistic vision. 21st century. Cy Twombly, Untitled, 2007, sold for $58.9 million in November 2021. Cy Twombly's Untitled is a captivating work that embodies the artist's distinctive style, characterized by expressive lines, vibrant colors, and a sense of spontaneity. This piece reflects Twombly's mastery of abstraction and his ability to evoke emotion through minimalistic yet powerful compositions. In Untitled, Twombly employs a combination of bold, gestural brushstrokes and soft flowing lines, creating a dynamic interplay between chaos and harmony. The canvas is filled with rich colors, including deep reds, muted whites, and earthy tones, which blend and overlap in a way that suggests movement and energy. The layering of paint creates a sense of depth, inviting viewers to explore the nuances of the surface. The work lacks explicit imagery, relying instead on the viewer's interpretation and emotional response. Twombly's use of scribbles and markings can be seen as a form of visual poetry, conveying feelings of passion, memory, and fleeting moments in time. The absence of defined subject matter allows the audience to engage with a painting on a personal level, making it a profoundly subjective experience. This data illustrates the skyrocketing value of art over time. In the 14th century, Wang Meng's Moving to Sichuan sold for $62.1 million in 2011. The 15th century was dominated by Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, which set a record at $450.3 million in 2017, highlighting the high regard for Renaissance art. For the 17th century, Tizian's Diana and Ecteon fetched $71.3 million in 2009, while Rubens' The Massacre of the Innocents achieved $76.7 million in 2002, showcasing Baroque art's appeal. In the 19th century, Van Gogh's Portrait of Dr. Gachet sold for $82.5 million in 1990. The 20th century saw Picasso's Les Femmes d'Alger, version O, reach $179.4 million in 2015, demonstrating modernism's strong market presence. Finally, Cy Twombly's Untitled sold for $58.9 million in 2021, proving that contemporary art still commands significant prices. Overall, these figures reflect the evolving art market and the increasing value placed on iconic works throughout history.